All right, so today we're talking about how to survive your classes in COVID-19. And um, the first thing I want to talk to you a little about, first of all, I'm Melissa Souls and I'm the Disability Services Coordinator. And I was asked by Andrea Brown in Student Life, along with a couple other people that'll introduce themselves, and to provide you with some tips to help you through this time. Um, I want to start with reduce distraction tips because a lot of my students naturally get distracted really easily depending on what their limitations are. But during this time, especially, we are all feeling distracted or have lack of focus more than normal. So I just want to talk a little about that. Some reduce distraction tips I've come across are if you have earplugs or if you have headphones and you listen to music really quietly while you're studying or reading, there's white noise machine apps that you can download onto your computers or your devices that just sounds like a fan blowing, which sounds really weird. But if you download it and listen to it, it actually helps you maintain focus. It's drowning out that background noise. I know some of us are having fear of missing out where you might be in a separate room and your family's in the next room having a great time, and you don't really have the reduced distraction that you're used to in school or going to the library or going to the academic support centers. So try your best to replicate that as much as possible. And I know that New York weather isn't cooperating at the moment, but once it is a little warmer, I encourage you to step over that threshold of your front door, whether it be in an apartment lounge or on your front porch or in your garage, on your deck, wherever you can, even in your car if you have one, just to give you that reduced distraction, stepping out of your house into a different environment to focus on your schoolwork. Um, and try to mirror your classes as best as you can. I totally understand that some of you are working and may have picked up more hours than usual, so this might not be a possibility for you, but try your best to do what you can. So, for example, in the morning, every morning, I set my alarm at the same time as I normally would to go to work, and I get up and I get dressed, even if it's in a second pair of pajamas or some comfy clothes, and I brush my teeth and I do all my normal stuff just to get myself psychologically prepared for the day. And it helps. I have two little kids at home. So, for those of you that have kids at home, um, when my husband's home, I actually kiss them all goodbye as if I'm leaving. And then I go into my office or my room, wherever I'm working that day, and I shut the door. And it helps them too because they're like, okay, mommy's working. She already said goodbye to us. She gave us a kiss, even though I'm really in the next room. So whatever you can do, do. If you don't have the luxury of having another adult home, then obviously you wouldn't leave your kids, and you have to manage doing schoolwork with them at the same time. And just do the best that you can with what you have, because we're all trying to juggle multiple things at once, no matter what our home situation is like. And we're just asking you to do the best you can. And please know that we're here for you if you need help. Another suggestion that I had from other students is if you're getting distracted easily by Netflix or screen time that's not related to schoolwork or video games, any of the above, of course, we want you to engage in your normal hobbies and activities. And we all need that break where we can kind of decompress and think about something else or do a mindless activity. But try to set an alarm so that you have a certain period of time where you're going to relax or engage in these other activities, and then you're going to get back to schoolwork. When you're doing your schoolwork, I would suggest putting your phone on silent and your notifications on silent or on vibrate, depending on who you need to be in contact with, just so you are only focusing on that one task at a time. We don't want to multitask doing too many things because it's proven that that takes away from the quality of our work. It also takes away the focus. So try your best to focus on one thing at a time if possible. And then in terms of temporary disabilities, if you're feeling heightened anxiety, more than normal, or something that you're not very used to, where you're feeling apprehensive at all times and it's really limiting your ability to do schoolwork or to focus, please reach out to me. My phone number is 585-412-8990. And you can call, text, or leave a voicemail and let me know what exactly is going on and what your situation is and how it's limiting your schoolwork. And I might be able to put some temporary accommodations for you, such as extra time on time tests, or giving you more advice on how to create that reduced distraction environment. There's multiple things that we can discuss. Same with if you're feeling a state of depression. A lot of us can't access the outside world, or see our families or do our normal activities such as sports. So please reach out to me if any of the above apply to you. And if you prefer email, our email address is just disabilityservices@flcc.edu. And now I'm going to turn it over to Veronica Bargy, and she's going to talk to you more about how to survive classes in COVID-19.
So, Melissa, I think you need to make me the host, right? You can do it, I think, by sliding. I think you can slide me the little globe over on the right, the list. Okay. Can you hear me and see me? Yep. Okay. So I'm Veronica Bargy, and I'm the Academic Success and Access Programs Technical Specialist. And I'm going to show you just some quick places to look to find some assistance. And I'm going to share my screen with you. We have updated our FLCC website, our page, which is flcc.edu/learning support, and we've included a link on there for access to the student group in Blackboard, where you can find all of our tutoring centers, schedules, and also the Campus Center tutoring center schedules. You can find information on how to get in to an online tutoring session, either by appointment or by drop-in. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and just show you what that looks like. Okay, so hopefully, can you see my screen okay? Okay. So over here we have the, and I'm going to count on you guys to make sure that you can see correctly what I'm trying to show. We've got the flcc.edu learning support website, and down here we have ASAP is online and here to help. There is a link to Blackboard right here, so when you click on that, if you're logged into Blackboard, it's going to take you right to where the tutoring online centers are. I'm not sure if I click on there. I can try if I would get to the same place as you, because I'm not a student, but I'm going to click and just see what it looks like. So it'll take you to your homepage, which will look a little different than mine. But basically, this is where you can find all of the tutoring centers as well as the campus centers. So for example, if you're looking for help from the incubator or the math center, they're still there. The peer tutors are still working and the professional tutors are still working. So you could go to the math center, you can schedule an appointment by clicking here. It'll take you to a link for TutorTrack where you would look at the schedule, or you could hop right into a virtual tutoring session by clicking on this link. There's usually throughout the day someone there. A box perhaps will pop up that says, you know, we're here, raise your hand. There's a little icon for you to do that, and there should be someone there to help you. if there's not anybody around, it might be that it's after these hours that are right here. And if that happens, you also have access to online tutoring from another source. And that information is Thinking Storm, and it's also a link, and you can get to it that way. So I'm going to get out of there. Basically, these are all of the tutoring centers that we currently have available, and select subject tutoring are those unique subjects that don't necessarily fit into a center. And just briefly, some of those would be like ASL and accounting. There's some music tutoring going on, web development, psychology, Spanish. So take a look. If you want to see the schedules quickly, you can go over to the page on the right, and if you scroll down and you click on the tutoring schedules, we've put that information here if you go into each center, and then also select subject, and then the campus centers are all listed on one page. Okay, so that's it for how you get in there, and if you need any help at all, just let us know. One of the other things I want to show you is we have a new service that we purchased called Student Lingo, and the website for that is right down here on the bottom. It's www.studentlingo.com/FLCC. Right now, currently, we don't have a single sign-on, so you can't use your sign-on that you would use in other places like Blackboard and WebAdvisor and things like that, but we will eventually. So what you'll need to do is go onto that web page and create a user name and password. And I can show you quickly what that looks like. So let's see if I can get there from here. So you would come to a page like this, and you'll see Finger Lakes icon up on the left, so you'll know you're in the right place. So you're going to go in, and it's really easy. It's your first name, last name. You use your college email address because you're going to need that moving forward, and a password that's familiar to you that you're not going to forget, and confirm it. And then you're going to register. And then after you register, you'll sign in, and it's going to bring you, I can't do it from this web page. Let me see if I can, if it'll let me do it using my alternate email address. You guys are going to need to all forget what that is as soon as I'm done. But if I try to do it using my school email address, I'm an administrator, so you would see something different. So Student Lingo is basically some workshop tools that we've purchased that would replicate what we normally would do if we were working with you one-on-one or coming into class. And it's got over 50 workshops from everything from, here's a good one, 10 tips for success in your online course. You might want to take a look at that. These are all free. And the good thing about these is they all include a workshop video and a really short assessment, which if you choose to take, you'll get, it's like, you know, less than 10 questions. And it's more of a review than a test. And then you get a little certificate saying that you've completed that. Some of your instructors may be requiring this in the future as an assignment, so get used to this. And then the other nice thing is it gives you some really good other resources involved, and it kind of always follows the same process. So, and there's a few of them that are in Spanish as well. There's a category called Success Strategies, and in there, it talks about if you're a student athlete, learning about, you know, being an athlete in and out of the classroom. If you're a veteran, there's some that are specific to that. There's a really good one about time management. It's actually done by Sandra McGuire, who several of us have attended courses that she's given at conferences. And she includes in there her study cycle, which is something that we talk about at FLCC. We use her information. So this is her presenting instead of us. She also has, there's downloadable for time management weekly calendar, which could be very helpful to keep you on track, like Melissa was saying earlier. So I'm not going to talk about this anymore, but it's a really good resource. And in the next 4 weeks, I'll be working to get this information up on our website, so you'll be able to find it. And I'll get out of there. And there is an instructional video if you can't remember how to do this on YouTube. It's called Create a Student Lingo account. And I have a link here which we'll put in our presentation. So hopefully you'll be able to find that. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen if I can and go back to Melissa.
One thing that I wanted to add, Veronica, as you were talking is another way to mirror your classes that I've heard from other students is even if they're not holding live classes, let's pretend you used to have math class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock. Try to do your math homework or your math assignments during that time because your brain is already trained to think about that subject during that time of day. So as long as you've somewhat kept your sleep schedule and daytime schedule the same, you should be able to complete that work during those time periods if possible. And then we've heard from some students that they find more motivation by attending their live courses. So if any of your instructors are holding live courses, please, please, please do your best to attend them live because you get to see other students. It's the closest thing you have to actually being in the classroom. You can ask questions live. You're not just constantly listening to a recording of your professor talking or just reading notes that your professor has provided. You are actually seeing their face, hearing them talk, hearing the tone of their voice, hearing the what they're accentuating, like what they're emphasizing and what they're not, and you're able to listen in on questions that other students may have. So that's one extra tip that I wanted to add. And then I'm going to turn it over if any of the Campus Center assistant directors want to share anything with you, or Marilyn Grisenda is here. She's the Math Center coordinator. So I'll let them talk at this time.
Yes, I'll jump in real quick. My name is Marilyn Grisenda, and we have a great remote math center that's up and running and just waiting to help you with your math classes. So as you head, I know some of you are overwhelmed right now, but as finals and the end of the semester approaches, please consider just stopping in. There will be someone there that greets you when you come in. It's probably the hardest thing is just click that button, click the link to the Math Center, and you'll find, you'll probably be getting one-on-one or having two tutors help you with your subject right now. So it's a lot of help that's out there waiting for you to just stop in. So thank you, and I wish you all the best with your classes. It is very difficult. Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Hi, do you want me to go? Lee Pittifer?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Lee Pittifer, and I'm the Assistant Director at FLCC Geneva Campus Center. And my main roles include coordinating the services of the Academic Support Center, advisement, and student life programming. And I'm still working in that capacity, just virtually, and here to serve you. But I have to say that we miss you so much, and we're doing our best with outreach calls and emails to connect with you. And we love hearing your voices. We love receiving emails from you. And that brings me to, I think, one of the single most important keys to success is constant communication. Constant communication with us. We're all here to support you and the many services that FLCC provides. Constant communication with your instructors. I also teach a class, so I can see, the faculty view, and I have constant connection with my students for the most part. And really, that's going to be your key to success in this challenging time, this shift to, the different modality, the different delivery of learning and instruction. So the other thing I did want to say that I think is really important, and everything that Melissa and Veronica and Marilyn shared, those are really important. But just to buffer stress in this time and any time in your life, really your single most effective stress buster is just take a deep breath and you will reset and refresh physiologically, emotionally, so everything will just calm and chill. So stay in touch and take some deep breaths, and we miss you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Well, I don't know if I can follow that up, but I will try. I am Amber, the Assistant Director at the Newark Campus Center. And just like everybody's been saying, we're here to support you, and we want to help you reach that finish line. I know it feels like we kind of reset the semester by flipping to virtual, and it's hard to believe that we're creeping towards the end, and May is coming. So please feel free to reach out. Services are available at all the campus centers in addition to main campus. So for those of you that are used to campus center, small community resources, please remember we're still here. And if you haven't heard from us, you will be, and we're going to keep knocking on your door to make sure you know we're here.
Thanks, Amber. Betsy?
So now to follow up with the third Campus Center Assistant Director, I'm Betsy from the Victor Campus Center. And definitely to reiterate what both Amber and Lee have said is we're still here. We're here to support you in whatever you need. Doing our outreach and connecting with you has been so fulfilling. And yes, some of you, we all have different struggles, and trying to remind you that to take care of you and do what you can, make a list. I'm terrible at making lists because I misplace them, but they've been very beneficial for me so that I have something to check off each day, because I think everything is so big and heavy, and I think that allows you to see like your progression. And so I think for myself and some of the students that I have outreached with, this has been helpful to kind of keep on track. And you're almost there. It's just a few short weeks away and you're going to be completing the semester. And I feel very strongly that with this will come a lot of learning opportunities that you can take away. It's hard right now, but I think everybody's going to learn from this. So I wanted to include my phone number as well, just in case anybody needs anything. My number is 585-483-0064 for any kind of questions, and I can point you towards the One Stop. I have a number for that too, but won't include it on here. And we're here to help with next year's classes. We're here to help you make decisions on directions, and I guess first and foremost, we're here for you, and be kind to yourself.
Thanks, Betsy. All right, I'll leave it open just for another minute or so for anyone else to share any final thoughts, but I think the message we're putting out there is that we are here for you. We are here to be a listening ear. We want you to take care of yourselves, but we don't want you to give up on this semester either. Just do the best you can with what you have, and we're almost to the end of spring 2020. And we hope to see you in the fall.